I'll bring you along with me to breeze through the rabbit cages and see how everybody's doing. We call this the row house here, and this one here is obviously not going to have babies. Today is December the 2nd, and she was due on the 29th, and then we allow 4 or 5 days in case there's no one in here. This one's obviously not going to do anything. Actually, we put D in here, so I'm going to move D. Just going to walk through with you on the video, and then I'm going to come back. But male D is going to get moved this morning. Every day for 3 days, I'm going to move the male D and the 3 males A, B, and C that are in the condo. Now this one here had babies, and I'll open the cage door so that there's no so it'll not be so blurry. Now she's jumpy, but if you look at that hair, you can see it moving a little bit. I don't know how many she had, but we're not getting much movement right yet. There we go, a little tiny bit of movement right there. We don't want to stick our hands in there because she may reject them. But so here's my heating blanket down here. We can check and see that it's on right there. Make sure they're getting some warmth. And here's another one that's due December the 1st. Today is the 2nd, so she may or may not, we'll see. This one is the 8th. Got a few more days for that one. And then this is the 14th here, a few more days. These 4 are doing well. They're getting along fine. Getting big. Won't be long, we'll be separating them. We take the mom out first. That way the shock of that separation is done first, and move her, and then after a few more weeks we can take them out and put them in the colony. So this is the one that has that little scrawny runt one here. Take a morning view of these guys. You can see the little runt there. We got the little runt out yesterday right there. Boy, is that thing tiny. It's really having trouble growing. So over here we're doing the 3 males. We're actually doing 6 females with 3 males, and I'm just moving the 3 males back and forth each day. And so far we've done male C and male A in here, so we'll do male B. That's going to be the end of it for this year, because here we are, the 1st of December. We don't want any birth in January or February. So one more day over here on this side with these 3. Now the males are over here right now, so I've got the ladder leaned up here ready to go. I'll get the males out. Now there's one more day over here for the males, because we've done A and B, so we'll do C tomorrow, and that'll be the end of it. So today on the far side of the condo, tomorrow on this side, and then that'll be it, because it's just too cold. So I'm gonna put the camera down. I'm gonna move the males, all 4 of them, and then we'll run over here and we'll feed the pigs and check on the colony area over here. And then we're going to find out why the K30 it won't accelerate. I'm gonna set the timing and do a few more things, maybe change the carburetor, but for some reason it won't take the gas. We need to get that running, because we've got to get this trash hauled out of here, and then we've got to get some gravel brought in so that I can fix this area up in here so that we have a place to walk. And I may move the feed back over here, because that other area has turned into an absolute swamp. I think we're going to try to fix this area back up again with the gravel. So let me get the males moved, the pigs fed, and get started on the K30, and I'll keep you informed on how things go today. Thank you for watching. Okay, so I'm in the barn here. Cold as can be out today, but I'm getting busy on trying to figure out what's the matter with this Chevy 350. And I figured it's something with the timing, because it was running so rough. But also the harmonic balancer, when I brought it around with the timing light, the indicator was over here on the left. And there's a new distributor that somebody has put in. So I figured that they've either got the wires wrong or the distributor in wrong or something. I really don't know. So I decided to start from scratch and go through the entire timing to see where the problem is. Let me show you how far I've gotten. Now I'm going to try to get this camera down here correctly. There we go. You can see right there where my finger is that I've got a yellow mark on the harmonic balancer, and the red line is the indicator, the tab indicator, which is mounted to the timing chain cover. So I brought the harmonic balancer around. Now this is actually 6 degrees ahead from top dead center. You can see my other red mark right there. That is top dead center. So I've got it 5 or 6 degrees. I can't remember, but I marked that earlier. May have been 4 degrees. But so I've got that. The first time I brought it around to that mark, I actually had one of the valves was open. This was tight. So I knew I wasn't at top dead center. Plus, I took the cap off, and the rotor was pointing just about the opposite direction of the number 1 wire on the distributor cap. So I went around again, and now I've got both rocker arms that I can wiggle them. Okay, so that tells me that these both valves are closed, and it's on the spark phase of the cylinder, full compression. And I've got the spark plug out, and I put this little stick in here, and I can feel the piston is all the way up. So I know I've got it on top dead center now. I checked it with the stick to feel the piston through the spark plug hole, and I've got the number 1 spark plug wire right here, and I've got top dead center, and I've got it on the mark. Now back here, I can tell by looking at this that it's not pointing at number 1 cylinder. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cap back on, and I'm going to mark on this distributor on the outside right here on this aluminum casing. I'm going to mark and line it up with this plug that is number 1, the number 1 plug on this cap. There'll be a mark on that distributor. That means I need to pull the distributor out and turn that electric rotor tab right there. I'm going to turn that tab until it lines up with that mark. Pull the distributor out and re-stab the distributor until I can get the distributor and that rotor button in and lined up on number 1. Then I'll know that the distributor rotor is lined up and hitting the number 1 cylinder. Let me do that, and I'll bring you back up to speed in just a minute. Okay, this will be my wrap-up video for today. And what we've been working on is the T100. We needed to put another rear pinion seal in the around the yoke for the differential in the rear end. So this is the gasket. Now this gasket apparently is for 96 and newer. I think they were having trouble with these rear ends going out because of the gasket. And this gasket, once you get into the 96 and newer, you have this little flange right here. Now mine is a 94, the truck is a 94, so obviously the rear end has been changed, the differential has been changed somewhere along the way. Because the first gasket I got, not only did it not have this little lip right here, but it did not fit over the yoke. So unfortunately, I didn't test things before I put it together. Whenever you're assembling, you should check to see that it fits on this end and check to see that it fits correctly on the differential, and then assemble it. I just saw that it fit in the differential. I hammered it in, and then I hammered the yoke on, and it just tore the other gasket, which was a 1994 gasket, but my differential must have been changed, and it's a 96 or newer. So I like this one. It's got this little flange, and it fits around this piece on the yoke right here. There's a little lip on the yoke. Now there's a lot of debris on here. I may put a little bit of grease on there just so it doesn't rip this new seal that we're going to put in. So picked that up today while I was over there, so that's for tomorrow. Yesterday we took it apart. We had to wait a day for the new seal, and we got that. Then we started on the T100, which has the Chevrolet 350 in it, and you saw where we took the rocker arm cover off and we brought it up to top dead center, and we checked the two rocker arms to make sure they were loose and that we truly were at top dead center. And I just wanted to be absolutely certain with that engine because something was really amiss on it. So I've got to put a new, put the rocker arm back on tomorrow. And I went ahead and got plugs because the timing being out, it had fouled the plugs. If you can see that, the plug is, it's got a lot of charcoal, burnt dust all around it. So I think it fouled the plugs. And I'm going to change the fuel filter. It looked like it's fairly new, and the tank is new, but the lines are old. And I think I saw a little bit of dirt in that fuel filter. So tomorrow we'll get those three things done. But I did get the timing. I got my timing light out here. I did get it running. And these Chevrolets are really nice. They've got the cylinder numbers right here. So this is number 3, and this is number 1. Of course, that's 5 and 7. And then over here, your even numbers, 2, 4, 6, and 8. And the firing order is right here underneath the carburetor. I transcribed it onto here just so throughout the day I could just refer to it really quick. And I marked all the wires to make sure I had them correct. Just being extra cautious to do it properly. I even marked, you can see right there where I marked the cap, the distributor, where the wires were landing, where number 1 was landing. And I was able to find out that the wires were on there 1 space over too far. And the mark on the crank where you shine the timing light down there, it was actually the harmonic balancer. The mark was on the other side. When the light went off, the mark was on the left side. So I was 1 tooth off with the distributor, and I think it came to me that way because it had a brand new distributor in it when I got it, and so that was fouling the plugs. And hopefully tomorrow we'll put this. I just stuck this rocker arm cover on here real quick to test start it, but this rocker arm cover was actually on backwards. This was down there, and the rocker arm cover was on backwards. So we've got the rocker arm cover turned around, and we'll put the gasket on it tomorrow. And the timing is pretty close, but I think once we change the plugs, we'll be able to check the timing one more time. So, and it was starting to leak oil onto the manifold when I was setting the timing. So I want to double check it and the idle at the same time. Get those two set and see if we can throttle it. The problem was when you throttled it, it would die. So we still haven't solved that problem completely, but we're getting there. At least we've eliminated the timing issue. So that was the project for today. Kind of ran out of steam today, but that's one of the advantages of working for yourself. You can call it quits when you want to. I want to thank everybody for watching, and remember, it's about the harvest.